Welcome to the Intuitive Ascending Mind podcast. Today, I want to share with you some previous shows that we've had on the success frequency because there's so much good knowledge that's on that show. And I wanted to incorporate some of that information over to the Intuitive Ascending Mind podcast because in that show, I really talked about the mind. I talked about what makes us successful. And I had some phenomenal guests that shared some of their insights as to what made them successful. And these are all beneficial little nuggets that I know you will enjoy. So take a listen, enjoy. Peace and blessings, my friend.
Welcome to the Success Frequency with host Aliyah Yasmin. Over the next hour, you're going to learn the impact in your life that results from your way of thinking. Aliyah and her guest will explore the best ways to achieve growth for you. Now, here's Aliyah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Success Frequency. Joining me today on this show is Violet Hobokela. Violet has accomplished some amazing things throughout the course of her life and has overcome many challenges that she has endured. And she has started her life coaching business in Washington State, and I'm very excited to have her. And joining me as well is my usual sidekick here, Miss Ashley Johnson. So, Violet, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you for having me here, Leah. It's amazing privilege for me.
Yeah. So, Violet, tell us a little bit about yourself. Share with our audience a little bit about you.
Yes. Thank you. I'm Violet Hobokela. I'm somebody who is allowing any obstacle to come and stop me from achieving my dream. Before coming to America, I'm originally coming from Tanzania, East Africa. And I was working in anti-corruption office, president office for 13 years. Coming to America in 2019, it made me change my career. It's like 360 degree, like change my life, total change. So I started to be a caregiver. But I knew I'm not just a caregiver. I have a lot in me. And up to now, I just have 4 years. By October, August, I will have 4 years in America. And I'm so grateful with my spirit of being very positive no matter what. Many things happen in these few years. My husband joined me with our 3 kids. In 2020, before COVID, as you know, COVID turned people's life in many ways. Mm-hmm. And he stayed with me here in America, Washington, Seattle, Bellevue for just 1 year. Then he decided to kidnap the kids. It sounds very scary to kidnap your own kids, taking them from America to Tanzania without wife's consent, without my consent. And it took me 2 years and 4 months to fight for the kids to come back. And it was a lot. For a human being, a normal human being, a woman with 4 kids being taken away, it was enough to make me dead or to be something else.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's amazing courage that you demonstrated through that process.
Yeah, it's very challenging because I know it happened to me, but not for me. They were kidnapped on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, I went up and down trying to stop him, but even the police, they said, we cannot stop him because he's a biological father. You must have restraining order. Processing restraining order, it was not possible. I have to fight divorce. It was a real challenge, and I could not stop him from kidnapping them. But on Thursday, I went to work. Can you believe, Aliyah? It's like things happening like this, you are still going to work with a big smile.
Yeah.
I knew it's like things are falling apart, but I must be myself, gather myself together, and without any help. Aliyah, I was not aware of you, and I have few friends. I have nowhere to turn, but praying and be positive, like these things will turn right, even though I don't know the future, how it will turn. 2 years and 4 months, I have grown, and my courage, my everything. They came back last year, April. So now it's anniversary of
That's
reunion.
amazing. That's so
Reunion
amazing.
with my kids, yeah. And when they come back, it's when I say, guess what? I cannot just be a caregiver, just a CNA. I have a lot in me. But I took 6 months off, not doing any, like running up and down. I took 6 months, and now I see the power of saving money so that I may process everything. And it's when I started my 3 business, life coach, and not just a life coach, is unique journey to empower as many people as possible to be positive, no matter what it happened to you, no matter your current situation. Things can turn right as long as you're
Absolutely.
very positive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an amazing story of courage. I mean, share with our listeners, like, what motivated you? What kept you pushing through? Because there had to be some dark moments in those 2 years
I
of not being
know.
around
Yes.
them. So, give some insights as to what did you do? How did you process this? And what sets this situation? I mean, to have gotten them back after such a short period of time, because we look at 2 years as though it's really long, but I mean, it is a relatively short period of time considering what you could have gone through,
Yeah.
that I've seen in other cases in which people really, I mean, for a very long period of time are not able to get their children back.
Yeah.
Which, like I shared with you, is a true testament to your mindset and your ability to overcome challenges. So, share with our
Yeah.
listeners a little bit about what you did during that time period to help you in that process.
Yeah. And this is what I can say. It's like we human beings, there is a power within us. We were not aware we have them until you are exposed into something unusual, like what it happened to me. So for me, I say, okay, first of all, you realize that this it happened, but this cannot define my future. That's what it helped me is, and I set goals. It's like I will fight for these kids no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he filed divorce in Africa, in Tanzania, filing divorce on, and giving me a summons on Sunday. Like on Monday morning, I have to be in Tanzania in person, which was very impossible. But having some friends and support system from church, but bigger part was myself. I knew, and I'm a believer. I trusted. I was praying, but working hard. It's like, okay, I have to fight for the kids. I have to employ a lawyer. It's like it happened. Then I say, I assume it didn't happen to me, but in reality it happened. So I was putting some goals and stand to that goals, and I was allowing myself not to stop in any way. It's like there was a lot of uncertainties, and I treasure the few friends I have. And there is a organization here in Bellevue they call Hope Link. Hope Link is a non-profit. They assisted me and find a lawyer, and there is a lawyer in Seattle called Global Justice Law Group. So with all the support of those people, and I was not able to find a therapy or counselor within me myself. When I sit down, I cry and I say I have to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot explain much, but I know we have power, and I'm not saying people have not to seek for therapy or counselors or something. It happened to me that one day my employer said, Violet, you have to find a counselor or something if you need anything. I tried to talk to them, and I ended up counseling them. And they say, Violet, no, you are not our candidate. You are not our client. We are so sorry we cannot take you. You are so strong, and we can't believe you are in a very tough situation, but you are above. And yeah, Hope Link, they took me, and to give a success story in their luncheon 2022. It is in their YouTube channel. It's like Violet, a client, sharing a success story. Aliyah, it's like when you are passing something, your story is a
Yeah.
powerful tool to impress others. I have a chance to speak in front of 1,622 people. They ended up in tears with a
Wow.
standing ovation. That was my first thing. It's like, what? People are standing up. What is it? They were seeing the faith because I was telling them, I believe my kids will come back and I will never stop doing what I'm doing. And I have 250 children in Africa. I'm helping them out from my pocket. I told those people, I said, yes, I'm passing through something, but I'm still having a big heart to help others. And from there, the journey has been different and very powerful. So it's
That's
just
so
believing in myself,
amazing.
like there is a power beyond myself, and in me, something can be done in an amazing way. And it happened.
Yeah, I just like, I'm just amazed at your story and amazed at what you've gone through and amazed at your ability to be positive and get through that. And I'm so grateful that you're willing to share that with your clients because that's something that is very, very powerful
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
to help
Yeah,
them.
it's not easy, to share your stories. You become vulnerable. It's like opening your fresh wound, yeah, but through that is when you can relieve somebody. It's like if Violet can do this, I can do this. And she's just a new immigrant. Now she started a business. And how did it happen? There is a power within us we don't know earlier.
Yeah, that's amazing. You talk about unstoppable determination. How can individuals cultivate that in their lives?
Why unstoppable? Because life itself, it have a lot of challenges just to stop you, to make you stuck.
Yeah.
This is the tool I'm using. When I was in Africa, I was studying the book of Brian Tracy, The Power of Positive Thinking. It's like if you are facing something, a certain problem, make sure you jump on top of your problem. Don't allow the problem to be on top of you. So my skill is like, okay, it happened to me, but I have a power in me to go. It's like, even in my speech with Hoplink, I told them I'm unstoppable. There is a lot of things, even ourselves. Alia, can you believe even yourself, you can be your own challenge? It's
Oh, yeah.
something.
We're the
It's
ones that stand in our way. If we're not achieving success, it's us. It's not
so.
anybody else.
So I have a tactic like, no, what is deep in me? And there is another voice, Violet. Oh, it happened this, what it will happen. So it's like to hush those negative voices and jump on top of my dream. It's like anybody who will touch my kids, I will not allow that. So to be unstoppable, unless you know your value, who you really are.
Yeah.
Because if you cannot know who you are, you can allow things to stop you. So for me, I knew I'm somebody and I have a lot in me to bless the world, to be a blessing, to be a catalyst of change wherever I'm going. So anything which comes in between me and my goal is something I have to hush and, it's like away from me, even myself. Sometimes I have to lack sleep just to have my goal, attain my goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. There's so many sleepless nights. A lot of people don't realize how much dedication and commitment, how much willpower is really necessary to succeed because there's sleepless nights. There's moments you're going from like one meeting to another meeting, whatever it is, and it's a continuous flow. Sometimes we think that things look easy, but it really does it really does challenge you and requires dedication and willpower to to do it.
And many things is it have to be done in silence, because to be unstoppable, you must develop a mindset of persistence. You must persist, and you must to have a resilience no matter what, and unwavering commitment. You have to be committed to yourself. It's kind of self-discipline. You cannot attain anything without being determined. You must determine, this is what I want. Anything which comes and telling me otherwise, it's not my friend.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a consistent war against yourself, negative things, and other people. And it starts with your own family, close friends, and
Of course, yeah. I mean, the ones that are the closest to you have more power to cause, discourse in your life, because you value them and you value their opinion, and it can be very challenging with people that are close to you.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely such an amazing story, and I thank you so much for sharing that with us. We're going to get ready to take a little break, and as soon as we get back from our break, we'll talk a little bit more about empowerment and about professional success and all that good stuff.
Sure. Thank you.
Sublime Knowledge Mindset Coaching offers guaranteed results. 100% of clients reported seeing positive changes in their mindset after just one session. Clients learn to release negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, improving their overall well-being. Create the life you've always envisioned for yourself. Shift your mindset after one session, or your money back, guaranteed. Welcome back to the Success Frequency with Aliyah Yasmin. We hope you are finding these tools and tips applicable to your own situations in life. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Success Frequency. I've got the wonderful Violet Hobokela that is sharing her life struggles and how she overcame these challenges and her state of mind in going through some very difficult times in her life. And Violet, I want to ask you about empowerment, and I want to ask you about how do we process when we're dealing with traumatic situations in our home life,
Yes.
and we have to go into our work life. How do we process that and not take that into the job environment?
Yeah, it starts with you and me. It starts within you and me. It's it's like the first point. When you overcome yourself, and you will be able to empower others. You cannot give water. If your spring is dry, you cannot give to. I'm talking from African aspect. It's like they use those springs, natural spring. If your spring is dry, it's hard to give your neighbor water. So make sure you have enough water in your natural spring so that you may be a blessing to your immediate family, friends, or wherever you will go. This is what I have learned. Individual empowerment is very important, even before you go anywhere, even in the family. If yourself, even like if you cannot empower yourself, it's very hard to empower others. You see how earlier you impressed my life. If you were not aware and not able to develop yourself, it could be hard for you to reach another soul. So this is a big responsibility for individual to make sure you know who you are and how your positive impact will empower as many as possible. But empowering is like naturally we go down because we are human and we love comfort zone. You don't want to go or you don't want to do anything. So stay there, watch movie. Where are they? You just eat something, it's popcorn. Where lifting up your head, your legs up. But it takes it takes a lot. It's a hard work because, and this I want all listeners to know: if you will not empower yourself, this world will suffer. Your family will suffer. Your friends will suffer because we need a lot which is hidden in you and in myself. It's like there is a lot to be work with myself so that I may be a blessing to my children, my friends, my clients, and everywhere. Yeah, that's what I can say.
I love that. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
How would you say that? I mean, you hit the nail on the head. When you hit that point and you're so low and it's hard for you to get up out of bed or get off the couch and you're just in those worst times of your life. I know you talked about self-discipline. Is that what you would say that you need in those moments to empower yourself to get up and do the right thing and, and fill your spring with water, if you will, so that you can help yourself and help others? What would you say to those that are just at their very lowest?
First of all, they have to recognize they are human beings. We are human beings. And to feel low, it's not a sin. It's not a criminal act. But it's bad for you to stay there. We must have informed decision, like who I am. Yes, I'm down. Earlier, I'm not saying I was on top of the game throughout my trouble.
Right.
There was some low time. It's like I wish I could have a friend I could call. And this is America. Many people are busy. Even if you call, they cannot pick up a phone. Let me tell you, Ashley and Alia and everybody who is listening, if you feel low, like, let me share you the little thing. My lawyer told me to write my story, my family life, what it has happened and everything. And I was not able to write because it was opening my wounds, my past wounds, and anxiety attack. It touched me. It's like it pushed me down. But have a trusted friend. I tried to say, okay, whom can I call? If you are down, it is not bad to seek help.
Yeah.
Because that's why people, they commit suicide. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Because they see there is no way out. So for me, when it happened like that, I cannot breathe. I'm crying and nobody is listening and everything. I tried to call. I called one of my sister in church and she was not able to pick. And I said, I have a brother, just a friend brother who is the ambassador in Canada, Tanzanian ambassador in Canada. Alia, can you believe? Ambassador with all the things going on in the embassy, but he was able to pick my phone and he's a doctor.
Aww.
He said, Violet, what is going on? I said, I don't know. It's like it was my law. I was in a low state. It's like you don't want even to wake up. And the devil is a liar. He will keep you down there. And if you have something to drink, it's like you better go, you better die. But I said, no. When I call this ambassador, and he's a doctor, he knows when somebody's having anxiety attack, he said, go to the bathroom, wash your face. So I was washing my face and say, yeah, wash your face. And try to lift up your hands. He was distracting me. So find something to distract you when you feel low.
Yeah.
Don't feel strong when you feel low. Accept it. You are a human being. You are not an angel. You are in this world. Things happen.
Yeah.
Business are failing. Relationships are broken. People are facing a lot of challenges, unbearable challenges. But seek help. It's not a crime. Ask for help if it is therapy or psychologist, and if it is a coach, just find somebody to talk. I'm so grateful. Dr. Olisubisa Mpoki was able to pick my phone and help me process. It took just 5 minutes. I started smiling and laughing. I was able to write my statement. Can you believe
amazing.
it?
That's amazing. It really does take a change in your vibration, and it takes a willingness to do so. I want to
Yes.
point that out because you were willing to take his advice, and you were
Yes.
willing to do what you needed to do to get yourself out of there. And it's also it's another testament to your self-recognition, because that's an element of self-mastery. You knew that you were in that state, and you
Yes.
knew that you needed help, and you reached out to somebody that's going to inspire you. Too many times we reach out to people that are going to pull us down, or we reach out to people that are the wrong people to reach out to. And instead of them, lifting us up, they end up dragging us further down. And your support system is important to have. It's so necessary to have the right support system in place, because you need that person to pull you out if you
Yeah.
find yourself in that position.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, because you cannot be everything. Yeah, I love the idea earlier, a willingness to ask help, a
Yes.
willingness, because if I could not call, maybe I could be dead. Who knows?
Right. And
Yeah.
just that self-recognition, I hope listeners take the self-recognition part seriously, because it's about recognizing when you're in that moment, and it's about reaching out to the right people that's going to pull you out of the moment and not push you further down into it. Being able to get that ladder and climb out.
I've noticed people are so used to not having someone be there for them. I've seen a lot of people that come through the coaching, especially with Aaliyah. You'll meet them at seminars, and they're afraid to reach out, even though they've got their life coach. They're on a roll, and they take all those steps forward, and then they take a step back, and they still feel like they can't reach out for that help. And the times when they realize, oh, I can call Aaliyah, the stories that have come from those breakthrough moments of, because that's what helps you get through to that next level. You will have those feelings and those emotions, and then when you actually make the call in that moment, and you get to rationalize and learn a new way to deal with that next step of your life, that's when you hit those next milestones. At an expedited speed, and you really do learn, so you can do it yourself from then on.
Yeah, after you go through, you see, this is one of the things that I try to emphasize. In the beginning, it takes you a little while to bridge the gap and set yourself up in which your defaults are to reach out to somebody that's going to help you.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to set the defaults to do that. And then once you've set the defaults in order to reach out to that person, and you're willing to make the change, not just listen to them, but actually, take notes and commit yourself to the personal growth and development, then you're able to just flourish in that moment, because the rhythm of doing it sets in. And the rhythm of self-correction sets in, and the rhythm of self-mastery. So it doesn't matter what the challenge is, regardless, the wiring is the same, and you know how to push past it once you've pushed past it a few times. And it's getting that initial training to push past those difficult moments. It's always powerful when I hear these stories.
Yeah, yeah. And Alia, you can see, you remember we talked about high frequency. In a low frequency, somebody have to agree that to stay low, it will make you keep on going down. But if you know, like, oh no, this is my life, I have to take control of my life, I need to make informed decision, I need to cultivate a sense of autonomy and self-confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not easy, but for us to reach our goals, it's very important to empower ourselves. And oh dear, if somebody will call you, just be available. You can be the last call to somebody who was heading for suicide.
Yeah. And vibrational frequencies, I share with this a lot, because when you're reaching out to somebody, it's smart to be aware of what that person's normal vibrational frequency feels like, because you can't reach out to somebody at that moment. Sometimes we will only connect with people that are on the same vibration. So we literally have to choose, just kind of how you chose the ambassador to reach out to. You made a conscious choice that this person would be able to help pull you out of this situation, because he will be able to ignite some inspiration within you and give you the path forward. As we go through these challenging moments, we have to make sure we're not just heading out into the world, because then we're going to encounter people that are in that same low vibrational frequency, because we're a perfect match for them. So if we're upset and we're crying, we're going to find another person that's upset and crying, and we're going to naturally attract to each other, and we will not be able to pull ourselves out. It's just going to turn into a big pity party. And there's not a path out at that moment.
Like, there is an opposite to misery loves company. There is an we're not doing this today. Nope. Pick another thought. Find another.
We have to be careful on who we surround ourselves. It's like how Les Brown says, only quality people. It's like if they are negative, they are 8 and you are the 9th. What do you think? So you better surround yourself like, for me, I have this person who was able, and from another country. Even if you don't have someone, quality people, even if they're out of your country or out of your community, but make sure you have somebody who will pull you, not draw you down and push you down.
Absolutely. That stuff is so necessary. Violet, any tips you wanna close out our listeners with for this segment? Just share like a couple of quick tips.
The quick one I have to say is like, we were born for a purpose. It's not a waste of wastage. So if you know who you are and you have a lot to offer to the world, and even if you don't know, that's why there are coaches. That's why we're here. That's why Aliyah is there, and make sure you utilize your potential and take your time. That's why even meditation is very important, to find yourself. And with all this, if you are always constant in a noisy environment, you are not taking time to think what I'm planning and what are my goals, where I'm heading to. You can end up anywhere. And that's why, are you following somebody's dream or you have yours? Because this is what I know. If you have a super goal, it will not let you go to sleep until you do it. So let's keep on kindling that fire, and that fire will help us to help others. And by helping others, we help ourselves.
Yes, very true. As we're helping others, we're helping ourselves. All right, let's take this break, and we'll come back, and we're going to talk a little bit more, get some more good stuff out from Violet here today.
Thank you.
Will power here. Success isn't for everyone. It demands focus, discipline, and strategy. Introducing the OWLS method, designed for those who take their goals seriously. O. Become the observer of your thoughts and feelings. Analyze them. Become aware of your emotions and beliefs. Only then can you master your mind. W. You should write down your goals, every detail, every step, and write the thoughts and affirmations that will drive you relentlessly toward them. L. Listen. Fill your mind only with knowledge that will move you to your goal. Write affirmations that fuel your ambition. No distractions. No compromise. S. Speak with certainty. Your words reflect your beliefs. When you speak, it's not a possibility, it's an inevitability. It's confidence. Observe, write, listen, and speak. The OWLS method. Master your thoughts. Conquer your goals.
Welcome back to the Success Frequency with Aliyah Yasmin. We hope you are finding these tools and tips applicable to your own situations in life. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, everybody. I have the pleasure of speaking with Violet and Ashley today, and Violet has shared so much insights into her life and her challenges. And Ashley, you have some questions.
I do. I think let's start right where we left off, which is Violet, her stance as a life coach is you are unique, and to empower yourself, and that everyone is unique in a perfect and beautiful way. And but I think the world does not empower usually. And so if that person is not empowered, maybe has, let's say on the extreme side, has never been told ever that they're special, unique, have anything to offer, and they're feeling worthless, they don't know themselves, they don't even know what that would mean. As a coach, what would you, where do you start?
Yeah, for me, as Unique Journey Life Coach, it carries its name. I recently decided to have something which is very easy and very simple for clients, for anyone. Nobody doesn't know a ladder. It's a ladder. You have to climb your unique ladder because you are the only one under the sun. And many of us, it depends. There's a lot of factors, the way we were brought up, and nobody says we love you. And so how can you come to a point to know you are loved and you are somebody very special? Like this unique ladder. Unique, you stands for unstoppable determination. We talked about that. And nurturing growth. Sometimes, like this question you're asking, it's like they are not seeing anything, any life in them. And individual empowerment, we talked about that. You quest for discovery and you unleash your talent. And guess what? You cannot unleash the talent if you don't know you have it, because you have to unleash something you have. If you don't have a dog, you cannot unleash. It's like something. And E is endless possibilities. So for me, if a client say, oh, no, I'm nothing, I'm nobody, of course, nobody cares where I show up or I don't show up or something. I'm inviting her or him, or I'm inviting that person to share my safe space. Yeah. Because many people, they lack an ear to listen. They are not listened well. So for me, we'll have time, time to talk. This is what I have learned in my life. People, they will open up. Even my client, they say, Violet, I was not aware I will share all this. Because I shared my safe space. It's like, okay, tell me. Oh, no, they're telling me. No, let's pick up roses and leave alone the thorns. You are a human being. You are very special. So it's like a quest for discovery. You refer that you have a journey of self-exploration. You have to explore yourself, but not with yourself. It's like, for what the question you ask me, this person needs a coach. Somebody he can express free without any prejudgment or anything. Yeah. So it's a learning curve. It's a learning process for individual to embark and to uncover the true potential. Because I tell you, my dear, even if you are blind, even if you are deaf, even if you have any developmental disability or anything, you are unique in all ways, because nobody, this world can replace you. So I think during that conversation, it's like, wow. Oh, I didn't know if I have this in me. It's so now we are starting a journey. It's like, okay, Violet, this is too much. Let me have this first session so that I may absorb. Then tell me what the next session we're gonna talk about. So it's like just be open and just uncover, share with a coach. Like Unique Journey Life Coach team, we are there, and we are all different with different, with different talents. Others, they're just business, and just talk. For you to discover who you are, you have to express yourself in a safe space. I'm kind of repeating, but it's very important. Yeah. And don't allow anybody to tell you who you are. Like, oh no, the other people, we are surrounded with negative people. It's like the way you are dressing. And let me share you with something. My daughter who was in elementary school, somebody, and after elementary, he joined middle school, she joined middle school, somebody was bullying her. It's like, look at you. You are small. You are short. You were supposed to be in elementary school.
Oh, wow.
And you look small. It's like somebody's just describing your physical appearance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's in within your power to allow that or not to allow.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, she allowed. So one day she was putting something on her chest. Then I say, "Oh no, I'm sorry. What is happening here?" Yeah, I just want to go to school today. I'm showing I'm big in my chest. I have something. So it's just okay. That is kind of childish. But anywhere, anybody who is listening to me, don't allow people's definition about you to define who you are. You are very special, no matter what, and their success cannot be yours because we are different. Alia, there are a lot of Alias in this world, but you are the only one.
Yes, yes. It's very true. I love it. I have to bring this up because this is a big deal. You've got a new
Yeah,
book coming out this month. And you've
yeah,
co-authored it with an amazing human being that I've worked with as well, Mr. Brian Tracy. And
yeah,
your book is called Winning Strategies for Success. Share with
yes.
us a little bit about what winning strategies for success look like.
Winning strategies is you cannot win without strategy. That's one you have to you can't. Even if you want to do a small thing, winning strategy is you must know where you are heading, and you must have all the details in place. Like in this book, we are several authors. I'm one of them. It is international book. It's not just a local book. It's international. So co-authoring with Brian is not a small thing. It's a big deal. But for me, I just put for newcomers
Yeah.
earlier, and everybody who is listening is in this world. There's a lot of conflict and chaos
Yeah.
around the world, wars, famine, and everything. And I can't mention a lot of them. So there is a lot of challenges, which is pushing people from their countries, going to another country, starting a new life, new career, everything is cultural change, cultural, everything. But you remember this person, it's like there's a lot of refugees, new immigrants. It's a lot of them. But who you are, when you know who you are, that's when we shared the strategy to be positive. It's like for me, I shared for newcomers, how can you succeed in a new country?
Yeah.
And I'm just talking from my success story. I'm about to have 4 years in America, but I own 3 business, and one of them is it's not a business, a non-profit. I own a home care agency. I am a founder of this unique journey life coach. So there is nothing to stop you as long as you know who you are and where you are heading to. There's a lot of strategies how to brand yourself, how to go after your goal and your dream, because nobody will replace you.
Yeah. What is your advice to people that are struggling to go after their dream? Like, for whatever reason, they're talking themselves out of what they should be doing.
Then I can tell them, if you not release, if you not unleash your talent, not only your family will suffer, yourself will suffer, your family, your community, the world will suffer. So this is a call I'm sharing with anybody who is listening now. It's like, if you are not processing and recognizing yourself for how important you are, and you just you hold yourself self-pity and everything, it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this, it's beyond myself. Is no, unleash your talent, your skills, because you own those unique skills, and I need you to release the ladder and pull somebody. We don't want you to be silent, because you're gonna go with those unutilized, those talents unutilized. Unleashing your talent is a positive mindset coaching, which will help you identify what is naturally good to you and how you can offer to the world. It's a call, awakening call for everybody to live your dreams. You will be helping yourself, your family, your friends, and everybody will be happy for you. Of course, there will be others who will be jealous.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Ashley?
Yeah, I have so many questions. Well, let's first talk about how do your clients normally come to you? How do they find you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So they can book me in my website, www.ujlifecoach.com, and they will figure out, my availability and their availability. It is very easy using paper bill anywhere, and not only here in Washington or America or Arizona, even in Europe or Africa, anywhere. And this is actually, I have to tell you, I will not allow anything to stop me. I'll keep on marketing myself, and this service is like I'm here to empower as many as possible. And those people who have, you encounter something you cannot even explain, traumatic experience, how to navigate, like those single mothers, and it's a lot. I'm there for their service, and I have a coach. I'm not the only one, but I'm there if they need something. And there is something very unique coming up, empowering families. And I'll be having very special thing for our youth, because actually me and you will not live forever. We need to leave the legacy for the growing generation. And we want them to...
It's funny that you say that, because I was going to ask, is there something, not secret, but something that you tell your kids to make sure that you empower them when they get down? Or is there anything that you would, want to tell the children of the world as they're growing up?
Oh, I'm having goosebumps because, as I said, they are legacy builders. We build the legacy, but they will care over. You see, many people, they have, generation richness, generation wealth, and everything. So I'm telling them they have something to do. This is Violet. Yes, I'm doing this, but they have a decision to do. And for me, I'm telling them, for any child and under the sun who is listening to me, or a mother, you have children, tell them they have a power of choice. They are human beings. They are individual, regardless of age. To have a micro integrity, not just integrity, just, micro, in detail, to do right thing even if nobody's watching. Actually, it will be very peaceful, because I will not be chasing my kids. What do you have? What are you watching? It's all the devices and everything. They will embrace, like, I'm responsible for my action, and I have to have micro integrity. And not only that, have a long-term planning, a grand goal setting. Vision board is very important, because it will guide our youth, our children. Where are they seeing themselves in 50 years? Are they seeing themselves in jail? Or are they seeing themselves dead, committing suicide? What are the plans? Because if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So this is a call to my children, and
that's a fun day too, huh? That would be such a fun day to have once a year. You'll learn so much more about your kids, I think, than you probably knew. What do you want in life? And it's a way for them to see the magic of quantum physics and the magic of the power of thought and positivity, yes. Because those things do happen. So if you stack those up over the years, it's just practice for them to be that person and have that faith that you want them to have, and have them be able to see it in a physical way unfolding. That is very cool. It is, and don't you wish that we had all had that? Not that any of our parents, if they knew, they would have done it.
Yeah.
But
parents have the best intentions, and I think that a lot of times they miss the mark. Sometimes they're consumed with, I think today we have more conscious parenting than we ever had before, because I think in the past it was just do it my way and there's no other way. You don't have another option. And but today there's a level of conscious parenting where you're basically coaching your kids. You're parenting them, but you're also coaching them, and you're setting them up in a way towards success that just wasn't what I know wasn't around when I was little. My mom did a great job, but there were things that I had to learn and skills that I had to develop that I could have developed at a younger age, by comparison reason. Today was an awesome conversation. I want to thank Violet Hobokela for being on the show today. Violet, thank you so much. You are amazing. Guys, reach out to Violet. She's at ujlifecoach.com. And everybody knows us. We're at Sublime Knowledge. Ashley, thank you for being on the show today. Violet, thank you so much for sharing your insights. And I hope our listeners really grabbed a lot from this and apply it. It's about application. So I hope they have the opportunity to apply it into their life.
Sure. Thank you so much, Aliyah, for having me.